What up, though? Y'all gonna have to forgive my fan for a minute. 90 something degrees in Detroit today. We gotta do what we gotta do. You did? What's going on this morning? Yeah, give it a couple minutes, y'all. Give it a couple minutes this morning. Um, okay. This is what I was about to do. Oops, nope, 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 nope. Mm. What up, though, Vanessa? Morning to you. What up, though, bro? Soon to be newlywed. What's good, kid? Gotta hit y'all with a little stiff on the day. Did. Oh, okay, okay. That's good. That's not the one I want. Yeah, gotta come with a stiff on the day. Um, wow, I missed something. Mm, okay, y'all. Oh yeah, dig that. Hope all is well despite that. Hope your power stay right. Can always be worse than what it is, you know. Always. So basically, basically today, y'all, I want to hey, what's going on, Earth? Yeah, me too, Vanessa. Me too. I love it. When it go down, I turn down the TV. I open the window. Yeah, hey, totally agree. Yeah, I wanted to put some things in a nutshell because the older I get, the more simple minded I get. I guess you can say. I used to use that as a diss, but I see power in keeping things simple. Not only have I seen power, I've witnessed it of keeping things simple. Um, I tell a lot of people I come in contact with, I never expected to become an old man. I never expected to see gray and white hairs in my face, in my head. I could never see it. I lived on a ledge that was so steep, and I was always a clumsy kid. I got my balance a little bit better as I got older, but I was that dude that always tripped over the crack in the sidewalk type of situation. You did always, and almost always with my newest kicks on. You know what I mean? And it's just when you cross that path over and over again, you either gonna hate yourself or you gonna accept it and just realize, okay, if I'm gonna keep on falling, I got to start bracing myself for the fall. It appears I can't escape the fall. So since I can't escape, let me find a way to brace myself so that the command center, so that vital parts won't get hurt while I'm being clumsy as hell. And yeah, you can blame it on you, but some people just born with two left feet. And I'm speaking on the physical. I ain't even touched on the mental aspect of it. So I wanted to present today something that I told Diet on her show a few days ago. Shout out to the church. Shout out to everybody pulling up on me like this. I told Diet that it's deeper than cash apps and attention. Because Diet, from her standpoint, she think that that's why people continues to come for her. Because they know they gonna, by her having so many haters, they know they gonna get cash apps and attention. And I told Diet, I said it's deeper than that, Diet. And I didn't really expound on it because while I said it, at the same time I said it, I had a whole I had a whole live go on in my head in a matter of seconds, microseconds, if you will. So I didn't even try to touch on it because I feel like it could be better said with not just a couple people knowing, but the majority of the people knowing where I'm coming from when I say this. And I know we got many different ways and walks that I associate with. See, I'm here to prove to you that slaves of Jesus Christ was commissioned to love, and not love conditionally, but express agape love. You understand what I'm saying? See, agape love has no attachments to it, only attachments to the Most High. I'm here to show you that it's people out here that really do love Christ. And we don't look at foolishness and turn our nose up and run away from the fire. We run to the fire. Not to create a bigger one. Remember, agape love. You know what agape love means? Agape love means that you love a person you ain't never met in your life. Agape love means there is no attachment, there is no underlining, there is no ulterior motive. It's just that I'm gonna treat you the way I want you to treat me. I'm not a pain lover. I'm not a what you call them people that jump off buildings and stuff. I'm not one of those. I love my life, and I couldn't always say that. But at 45 years old and some change, I love my life. I love the people around me. I don't care what they feel about me. That's not my job to care. My job is to carry on and try to treat others as I would want them to treat me. besides loving the one true God. That's the second greatest commandment ever given. The first was to love God with your whole heart, your whole mind, your whole vital force. Your second is to love your neighbor as you would want your neighbor. Notice I didn't say brother. It ain't even got to be that deep. Just your neighbor as you would want him to treat you. So when you come to the two greatest commandments of all, Christ never deviated from that. Remember, he said a lot of things that kind of sort of contrast with what was said before. But those two greatest commandments he labeled, that never changed. Go back to the Old Testament, look at the 10 commandments. Number 2 on the list. Number 1 and number 2 on the list. That's the most important thing. And like it or not, whether you believe what I believe or not, there are demons amongst you. There are aliens. There are living beings amongst us that's not from here. Like it or not. The thing about these people, these beings, you can't see them. Never have been able to see them. But you can see their effects. You can see just like the wind. You can't see the wind with your eyes, but you can see what the wind do, right? You can feel what the wind do. A lot of these people on here don't know what's moving them. They don't know what's giving them the energy to go over and over and over again with hate. But see, it's some of us on here that do know what it is. You understand? Some of us around here do know that it's an existence of beings that's on a higher level than we are. And they were here before we were. See, it was their job to protect us. And you might say, well, Adam and Eve was perfect. Why did they need protection? Because perfection don't mean you know it all. Perfection mean that you just don't have a death date. That's it. That's it. We made with free will. And that's the most important part we're going to bring up this morning. Free will. Meaning you get to choose. Nobody choosing for you. You get to choose. And unfortunately, a lot of us is choosing the opposite side of the Most High. Some people is choosing what makes them feel better. The hell with what justice is. And when we do that, y'all, we open up doors for these invisible people, these aliens I'm talking to y'all about. We open up doors to let them into our life. You think these higher ups are putting out here demon possession? Their main people they put on the big screen, experiencing, talking to demons. I told y'all they follow Aleister Crowley. This is all the stuff he practiced. This is all the stuff he put in the air. I shared with y'all about a week ago a young man that's up and coming. Not to forget about these youngsters that's coming out just straight up, letting you know who they worship, who they down with. You think that these high up producers and studio owners, you don't think they, let me put it like this. These kids are bought and sold the second they sign their name on a contract. So in all essence, it's their face and their voice we hear. But there's a master that controls what they say. There's a master above them that controls what we see them do. That let us see what they wear. It may not be their actual clothes. They may just be advertising for some new initiate up and comer. They just opened a clothing line. But they want us to see these young people that celebrate the devil. They want us to see what they're wearing, because the mass majority of us, more unknowingly than knowingly, is choosing the side of the devil. Now, see, remember, it's free will. Ain't no victims. See, the messed up part about choosing the side of the devil is that when you don't do what he say after a certain period of time, he tortures you. Huh? He tortures you. And guess what we do? We go back and say, why God let this happen to me? We go blame it on God, when we the one opened the door to these entities. You think just because you run and don't want to hear what they're about, that that's going to save you? You think that that's going to help you? You think because you don't like this type of teaching that it's going to mean something when it comes to you getting attacked outright? Y'all see me on here. I told y'all I'm a work in progress. I'm a lover of justice. See, when it come to me throwing bolos, I don't throw bolos like everybody else these days. You throw bolos with me, you ain't got to worry about seeing your name posted all everywhere, your address and all that. See, I don't throw bolos that way. See, when I fight, I want the Most High backing me. I want the Most High backing me. That's why I've gave clues to my area. That's why I don't hide nothing but what don't need to be shown to everybody. I do something to my enemies that's worse than anything any man could do to any person. I pray for my enemies. I pray for them. How you pray for somebody that's coming after you? I pray for them. I'm trying to tell you. You think I pray something bad? I told y'all, the Most High is love. You can't tempt him with what's bad. He don't do what's bad. It's not according to his will. No, I don't pray something bad happen to my enemies. I pray for their salvation. People that try to wrong me, I learned. I seen the power of prayer. I've seen it. I'm here to tell y'all about it. I'm a witness to it. More powerful than any gun, more powerful than any SWAT team, more powerful weapon you can ever imagine. That's why they don't want you to do it. That's the only weapon you got against these demons. The only weapon. You got these people thinking that because they got money, they protected. No, man. You protected to a certain extent from Satan, but your money ain't protecting you from the Most High. Satan owned that stuff, that monetary stuff. Satan is the god of this world. Y'all don't believe it? Jesus Christ said it 3 times. He called him the prince of the air one time. He called him the ruler of this world a second time. Then he went as far as saying the God of this world. So if you was the God of this world and everything said about you is all true, you know, that you're a liar, that you was the father of the lie, everything is true, right? Wouldn't you have way more system set up, say, than the Most High if you're the God of this world and you're against the Most High? Wouldn't you have all the power players in place by your bidding? Wouldn't you have all the entertainers of this world set in their place by your bidding? Wouldn't you have the police force at your bidding? Wouldn't you have all these secret societies, fraternities at your bidding? Wouldn't you? If you was the God of this world and all the things the Bible said about you was true, that you was wicked and you hate mankind and you gonna kill mankind and mankind hate you, God, they only love you because what you do for them, wouldn't you make sure it's all kind of obstacles standing in the way of people who's trying to find out who the Most High is if you were Satan and the ruler, the God of this world? Wouldn't every time you hear a scripture, you have one of your other people in place, you know, the scientists? The word scientist, a means to an end, just to give you a clue of who they're for. Because God would be the opposite of a means to an end. He's a means to everlasting life. See, all the signs and symbols always been in our face. They never hid it. What they did was what they call on a football field a misdirection or a flea flicker. We see what they tell us to see. But remember, we're governed by free will. Some of us decided not to look when they say look, not to jump when they say jump, not to be scared when they say be scared. And us taking that stance, we found out that it's a program, it's a stage, it's a construct. And when you're dealing with corporations, you got all of those things involved. You have to, if you want to stay moving and thriving. These demons must be fed. A lot of these people, you wonder how they get on here every day. Hate, hate, hate. How? How is it possible? See, most people that's possessed have no clue that they possess. Yes, true self do sneak through every now and again and say, what the hell are you doing? Stop. Stop while you're ahead. I've been there. I've been there. I've been in situations on the front line, making moves, and ask myself, what the hell are you doing? Before you got out of prison, you said you was going to be saving lives. Here you 20-something years old on the battlefield. Yeah, when you possess, that truth see through. It see through. It try to stop you from making those big mistakes. But see, I was a prideful nigga. I took so many hits on the chin where when I got tired of taking hits and when I didn't feel those punches no more, when I didn't feel those bats and 2x4s no more, it just did something to me. I was under a possession. I couldn't stop myself. It was like I made it to the point where I always dreamed I could make it. Like nobody can hurt me. And I tested those bounds. Yeah, I shook like a broad when I had that thumper pulled out on me out of the middle of nowhere and I was staring down the barrel. I wasn't big and bad then, or those few times that it happened. I did and said just enough, whatever I had to do, whether I had to shut the hell up, nigga, or whether I had to, please don't do this. But on an even field, where a knife wasn't getting brought to a gunfight, fearless. The only thing that made me fear death was knowing that I would die without getting a chance to redeem myself. I would die serving Satan. That's the only thing. And look at this. 45 years and some change. And I'm actually here to tell some people about some things on my journey. Never seen this. I was 17 years old when I lost my life to the system for a time period. I always resonated with older people. And I pulled one of the older cats that was from one of my neighborhoods. And I told the brother, I said, I think I'm gonna die in here. And he said, why? I said, because every time I try to imagine myself old, I don't see nothing. And the brother told me, he said, well, he didn't answer me back. He just listened to me then. Seeing me walking on the back 40, you dig, and seeing me with my head down, he stepped up to me. He said, hey, man, he said, you being blank when it comes to you being older don't necessarily mean you dead. He said it could just mean you're not going to be the same person. You can change your whole way of thinking, your whole life. And see, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. Just having a system set up where metal can sharpen metal. See, that was a brother sharpening me up. Yeah, he could have found something negative. He could have just did the occasional, damn, I don't know what to tell you. But he actually had enough, you know, we in jail, we in prison, we ain't got nothing but time, right? But he took some of his time to look into my situation and he found power in it instead of the negativity. He looked at my situation and found something that can build me up rather than tear me down. It's probably about 18 years old when this happened. And this was around the time where I was begging God, get me out this situation. And all that begging, I did. I got up out of there. I stayed a good boy for about a few months. All that begging, all that Bible reading, going to war in the penitentiary with the Moabites. Oh, and I'm talking scripture, y'all. Not fighting. I had a few of those too, but going to war with the Sunni Muslim and on point, wasn't lacking nothing. Man, I come out the penitentiary, man. I go to a couple of my meetings. I recognize ain't nobody around me my age, and master manipulator, y'all. Master manipulator. I seen all these older people, man, around. Went to a couple meetings. I just stopped going. I got back out there in them streets, man. Start back smoking weed, man. And before you know it, 3 months later, I was PV. Sitting right back up in the penitentiary. Doing the same old begging. Same old begging. Come to find out, when they PV'd me, they PV'd me wrong, and it was their fault on their error. And just to show you that remember that dude I told y'all to trip over that curb and it's on the sidewalk? Yeah, that guy. I went back and did 5 more months. And at the end of the 5 months, they talking about, oh, it was our fault. We didn't mean what? Wow. Fresh 20 years old. Man, that's why I can't sit on this platform and throw no stones at nobody. I don't care how much better I'm doing. I don't care how much clearer I see. There's no way I can get on here and dog walk somebody for the way they live or the way they think or the way they act. There is no way. A cat that just met me will swear, oh man, you got your stuff together. Nigga, no. I'm still a work in progress. Y'all witnesses of it. Y'all see somebody rub me the wrong way. If it's the wrong day, I'm taking the temperature. Now I know for a fact my number one weapon is to ignore and walk away. But because of who I am, sometimes I gotta slap my own hand. You know how you ate 3 donuts and you know that 4th one gonna put you over the edge. You go to reach for it and snap. I had to slap my hands. I see situations I can totally exploit. I see situations on here where I can totally get me some money out of the situation. And my reasoning be, it's just social media. This ain't real life. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. But see, if I take that step, I'm taking that step into a life I left alone. It may not be nothing to these people on here, but it will affect my relationship I began to build with the Most High. And I'm not going for that. I can't sit on here and throw stones. Let's get it. Prometheus. Diva Tomboyish. I don't fight the way everybody fight on here. I know y'all like to bully people. Bully me. Watch how I fight you. I want everybody to take notes on how I fight you. I'm going to pray for your prosperity. I'm going to pray for your sickness to heal. Because you people bring out stuff out y'all mouth. See, y'all got to understand, there's people on here that understand and overstands that from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Did you hear me? From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. That's why you can't see King. Now, the mama jokes, now, listen, me and my buddies, we talked about each other mamas in front of our mamas. So that you may see me indulge in, you know what I'm saying? But all these other egregious things, bringing up the dead. Now, I'm not hating on how nobody get down, but I'm saying they will never come from me. They will never get breathed out of me, because nothing that dark is in my heart anymore. I had to clear all of that stuff out. I had to clear it all out. So you can't leave it there and expect it not to show up on you. Expect it and expect not to burp it up or digest it out. You can't leave it there. You got to get rid of it. Got to get rid of it. That's why I wanted to set up several channels. And people come get all that stuff up out of them, especially if they got an issue with me. See, but my response wasn't supposed to be as emotional back at the person. My response was supposed to be a more passive, more humble. But because I got away with words, because I know how to hurt people's feelings, I step outside where I'm supposed to be. And that's just me showing my weaknesses, showing you that I'm still working on me. It's a life process. It ain't something we just snap our fingers. Oh, because I see the way this work and because I know that I'm in a matrix, I'm just automatically not gonna participate no more. No. And see, this is why Jesus Christ got the stripes he got, because he was here. He felt these weaknesses. He felt how it felt to be human. And he still chose to listen to the Most High. That's why he gets so much props from us. Now, you got some people that actually say they worship him. I don't. But I praise him. And I am his slave. I praise him for his commitment and him bagging up that love he so-called had. He actually did have. He actually gave his life to prove it. That's why he's my minister. When I pray to God, I pray in his name. And I heard somebody say this the other day, y'all, and it touched my spirit. A person said that they rather take the precaution to follow God, even if it comes out to be a lie. They rather do that than to not follow him and it comes out to be the truth. They said it better than that, y'all, but I felt that in my spirit. I said, wow. And I'm going to tell you the benefits. I'm not in trouble no more. I'm not in the middle of chaos anymore. I don't hang out all times of the night anymore, meaning I'm out of trouble. Meaning ain't no trouble finding me. I used to say, no matter what, trouble gonna find some way to find me. No. I mean, it just feels so good to have a peace of mind and to hear somebody footsteps behind you and you not turning around like, you got to get ready and kill somebody. It feels good, man. It feels good to be careless and leave your car open all night and it's still there in the morning and all your contents in your car still there. And I ain't talking about no one time. And I ain't talking about I stay in Indian Village somewhere. I stay in the King homes. Google it. I'm talking about walk through here and protect it. Protect it. Not because I'm big and bad. See, I got areas where I roamed in. I was protected because of the examples I set down. See, but I came over here. I wasn't setting down no more examples. I was raising my kids, my children, my boys. So all that tough man stuff I had to put up. I didn't want to influence my kids with that. Now, when it came to somebody messing with them or messing with my family, they may see glimpses of it then. Or when it comes to them stepping out of line, they see glimpses of it then. But as far as me teaching them to hurt men, to be a threat to men, I decided to throw that away. I decided not to even do that with my kids. And I got ridiculed. I got beat up online when I brought that truth out. I never taught my sons how to fight. Taught my sons how to do one thing, and that's put that lock on somebody's neck. And I let them know when you feel that whole body go limp, let them go and get the fuck home. That's all I showed them. I let my second, he was my baby at the time. I showed him how to put it on me, and I let his little bitty self put it on me. I say, no matter what you do, if you can't escape the fight, try to grab me. I say, no matter what you do, try to get up here behind his head and put that lock on just like this. Let each one of them show them how tough that lock is. I let my littlest one put it on me. He was so geeked he didn't even realize he didn't even know that he was still holding me. I say, when I tap you, let me go. When I tapped him, he didn't loosen up nothing. My wife had to, nigga. No, I didn't want the person I used to be. I didn't want my kids being nothing like that. Nothing like that. I don't care what nobody say. They learn an attitude like that, they got to learn it from somewhere else. They won't get it from me. I won't be blaming none of my son's deaths on me. Oh, he dropped this nigga, and the nigga was mad. He dropped him and came back and shot him. No. See, I seen all that stuff like on the chessboard. I seen all that right before it even happened. And I stand before you today with a 15-year-old and 3 grown men. 2 of those grown men working and 1 of them up under me. Would I do it again? Hell no. Nah. Would I do it over and do it different? Hell no. Nah. All of them here. 1 of them had a little run in with the law, him trying to be speed race out here. But all their names clean. So I think I did a good job. They passed the age. I went to prison. And let me take that back. I did a good job at not doing bad for once. You did? But all credit is due to Jehovah God and his son. And in his son, Jesus Christ's name, I will never take credit for that. All I take credit for is not being me when it really counted. And it really counted raising them. My sons ain't nothing like me. And when I see it every day, when I see they got their own little personality, I love it. I love it because it tells me that I did exactly what I wanted to do. I didn't want nobody exhibiting none of my ways, behaviors. Oh, and I hear that everybody kids know everything. So I would say they got that from me, but everybody I ran across, they kids know it all. But when I see that these niggas ain't nothing like me, it just brings joy to me. Like we actually accomplished this. We actually accomplished this. It actually was done. I didn't teach my sons how to be whores. My sons couldn't come home talking about my girlfriend, this, that, and other to me. Nigga, when you get a job, and my sons had job, my sons worked well before they was 18 years old. Told my sons, hey, either you in your own house or you're 18. I don't want to hear nothing about no girl until you out of school. Now, they had an issue they need to talk about, this, that, and the other, but they, for the most part, they respected me. They didn't come home to me. Hey, my girl, and nigga, you ain't the only girl you got is your mama, nigga, and your grandma. Or your grandmas at that time. I don't want to hear that. You ain't going out like I did. Out here practicing, giving yourself away at that early age. No. Trust me, you ain't missing out on nothing. And I'm just that voice of reason. I can't control what these niggas or what they do when they not around me. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. But yeah, y'all, when y'all hear me use terms like they're sick, I'm not just merely talking about what no doctor would say. I'm talking about sick from demonology. A lot of these people on here are witches, y'all. A lot of these people on here are witches and don't have no problem with telling you they witness. But it's a lot of witches on here that's not telling you what they are. I'm not really privy to knowing if you ask them what they tell you. But they're amongst us. And you have to understand that we don't call our letters, we don't call us knowing how to put words in order in sentences. We don't call it spelling for no reason. Remember, this is the last language created. And it's a mixture of all the languages together. You ask a lot of people, it's harder than the earlier language. It's backwards. Like we drive backwards. Our car is on the opposite side. Most of the rest of the world driving with their steering wheel on the other side. They drive up and down the street on different sides. See, this is that new language that the scripture prophesied about that was going to be present in the times of the end. Okay? You don't say words, or you don't put structure words, you spell words. You think it's no coincidence that spells are what witches use to ensnare people, or spirits, or potions, elixirs? See, everything, it really ain't hidden, y'all. It's just that we see what we're told to see. Now, I'm not going, you know, I'm not really a sugarcoater, but I do try my best to move in love. Don't ever drink anything or eat anything given to you by a witch. It's suicide. If they outright confess to you that they dibble and dabble in witchcraft, and you accept or and uh, purchase or buy, what you receive something from a witch, you had your warning at the point they told you you're a witch. They're a witch. See, you may not believe in witchcraft. You may not believe in the supernatural. But just because you don't believe, don't mean it ain't real. Just because you choose to not see what's right in front of your face, don't mean the boogeyman gonna disappear. That's my warning. Because I once looked at all this stuff as smoke and mirrors as well. But then you start seeing that people that you look up to, people that make your laws, that run countries, that wear labels like president and congressman. When you see these people practicing in witchcraft and satanic, worshiping satanic entities of that will, if not Satan himself, and you see all these people of fame and entertainment, all these people, they're regurgitating the same rhetoric. And they're throwing up the same people that done told you they sold they soul. So if all these people of prestige is actually doing rituals, setting up Beltane arches, if all these people of fame is doing all these ritualistic type things, how fake can that Bible really be? I mean, these people are literally making holidays out of ancient pagan gods. I'm not playing with you. Since the beginning, you can go on your banknote right now, or whatever they want to call it. And if you get your glasses, you get your microscope or whatever, You go see that owl that they worship right there on the dollar bill. The same owl that Drake worship. So if you're a Drake worshiper, just know he bowed down to the owl, the same owl they sing to at Bohemian Grove. Presidents, big money businessmen from all over the world. See, I'm going to tell you what people think. People go outside and they see a real big tree, and the ignorant think, wow, this big old tree is just sticking out of the ground. Not realizing the fact that that tree has a root to it that's underground, that's way more stronger, that you can't see. That's what I'm trying to present to you. See, the wisdom and the love of God is witnessed by the things that's made, the things that he created. Yeah, that big old tree has a root in it that is the foundation of that big old tree you see sticking up out the dirt. But see, it's not meant for you to see, right? Until you dig down there up under that tree. That's when you see. But just because you don't see the roots, just by looking at this big, magnificent tree, don't mean that they aren't there. Huh? Do that make any sense? See, that's one of the things that I've learned with age. That if we love something enough, we're going to find a way to simplify the things that will make us love it more. What I love is the fact that out of all the pain I put out here on these real streets and all the pain that was brought on to me, I'm responsible for real people out here getting in tune with the Most High. I'm responsible for families, for marriages. I'm responsible for this. I'm responsible. And it feels good to know that this clumsy, tripping over the sidewalk type of dude who can't walk away from a fight, it feels good that I can do something right. Something that actually means something. See, let's get it. Understand something, baby. When I make war with you, it's going to be the best thing that happened to you. Because I want you to know what I know. And that family that you sent that young man, I'm responsible for that family. I'm responsible for that family. I had something to do with that family becoming a family. Kind of like the architect. And for you to be able to do that, It just let me know there's something wrong, that you really need help. And I'm gonna tell you, because ain't nobody in your household around you gonna tell you this without having some type of string attached. I love you, love your feistiness, and I want you to get some help. And I mean that in all respect. No sane people is doing the things that you're doing. Only people that's summoning demons, playing with demons. If you're a witch and that's what you are, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. I rebuke any witch, any Satanist that's around the people that I'm around, that love justice, that love truth. I rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. We don't like pain. We don't sit up and watch sad movies every day. We like feeling good. We like helping people. We don't like looking down on people. We want people with, eye to eye and toe to toe and stride with us. We on the battlefield. We ain't leaving nobody behind. We ain't leaving nobody behind. I'm trying to see. I hope a lot of these people that's got in mind, I'm gonna make money off this platform, like Earth over here. I hope you got plan helping your fellow man. I hope it ain't just so you can put all these fancy names on you and brag about it and brag about how much you got. I hope you really trying to save lives. I hope you really trying to give an account. Anybody that dislike anything I say or do, come check me about it. You ain't got to worry about getting hurt. You ain't got to worry about being totally disrespected. You ain't got to worry about being muted. Get it off your chest. It's going to eat you up. It's going to beat you up. See, I know why people don't pull up. They don't pull up because they want to continue to feed their demons. They have a much better time hating you than letting go something that don't mean nothing. Basically, it's people on here that want you to act the way they want you to act. They don't want you to just be you. Because when you're you, they don't like you. And they don't like you so much, they can't help but to hang around and listen to everything you say. They can't just walk away from you. And their reason is, well, every time I go over here, they over there. And every time I go over there, over there. So that means y'all got something in common. Y'all like the same form of entertainment. Y'all like the same form of people. So if you hate somebody to the point where you got to get on here and feed those demons every day, that means you need to remove yourself. Well, I ain't gonna remove myself. Yeah, that's what people that's sick in the head usually think. They usually think like adolescents. I was here first. I'm not gonna move. Or just ignore them. They got a command on here where you can block somebody, and no matter where you go, you won't see what they say, and they won't see what you say. But nah. That's a little too easy. That's a little too easy. See, a lot of people gonna hate me more than they love me because I love the truth. Before long, there's gonna be hordes of people coming on here trying to bust my head because I'm not gonna settle for the lie. I'm gonna always go with the truth. See, when you hear the truth, you will know it's the truth, and the truth will set you free. See, when you tell a lie, nobody know you tell a lie, but you do. The Most High do. Nobody in the physical got to see you do it, got to know you do it. Somebody gonna feel that you're doing it, but nobody know but you. And it's a sad day in this life when you don't consider yourself a person. It's a sad day when you know you're doing something wrong and you say, don't nobody know but me. You know, when you make that deal or when you make that uh, statement to yourself, you're basically saying a stranger is more important than you. Don't nobody see me doing it. Ain't nobody see me do that. You did. A little bit over an hour, y'all. My homie Breezel pulled up on me. What's up, boy? My little homie Breeze working his finger to the bone out there, man. Did appreciate y'all pulling up on me like this morning. Remember, free will. When we all accounted for, when we all stand before the Most High, no man gonna be able to say I didn't know. Ain't no man gonna be able to say he tricked me. We stand before him. He ain't no tricking him, ain't no fooling him. We got to answer for everything. And that's only if you're not wicked. Appreciate y'all for pulling up on me today, y'all. Feel good, man. After listening to Earth yesterday, she kind of lit a fire. Kind of lit a fire up under me, man. It feels good to have somebody that's on that tip in near proximity. I hate, the little beef thing had to go down with everybody, but hey, sometimes you got to take somebody's temperature. Got to make sure they all right. And sometimes people feel that same way about you. But all is well, y'all. I hope y'all have a remaining good morning. I will be roaming. Any good conversations on the forefront, I will be attending. Um, Pray y'all have a nice day, man. And remember, there's many witches and warlocks among us, y'all. Just ask. Just ask. I always ask people when I get into a deep conversation out in the street. I always ask a person, "Are you with secret society or anything like that?" And if they're lying, that's not your fault. Just proceed with caution. And that's with anybody. That's with anybody. Just proceed with caution. Thank you, Notable Autumn. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Hey, y'all be safe out there. Understand that all these truths, all these politicians getting these charges on them, all of this is happening for a reason. All of this calamity, all of this debt, all of this, all of something's about to hit the fan, y'all. That's why you ain't been seeing a lot of movie stars and stuff like that. Something about to hit the fan, y'all. I don't know which way it's gonna come from. Just stay safe. Make sure your family, overdose them with the love. Shoot them with the love, verbally, whichever way you can. Because the pandemic kicked off the way it kicked off, and I should have known something from the what happened in 2000. Uh, Something happened in early and right before Obama was coming back to office, where they froze up the government or something because of some money, and it had something to do with medical. Now, at that time, I'm thinking, why do these people care about people's health all of a sudden? And sure enough, when it came back 2020, it had something to do with healthcare. So, yeah, I couldn't see it then. I can't see it now. I just want y'all to remember the things that was happening right before 9/11. And I want y'all to look at the happenings that was happening right before the pandemic. Pull up King. What up, though, bro? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not pure organic when a lot of us get these devices and the first thing we go for is porn. The way that this system is set up makes the young man think sex before anything. And don't let the young man have a little, find out that having a little something to work with is a lot of these people's wildest dreams. Like, then you're a loose cannon out here. And I'm speaking from experience. That's why I didn't teach my boys nothing about going to get the girls. I used to be in school, y'all. I played football my only year of high school, right? And I made JV. I made varsity after my first game on JV. So on Friday before game, we wear our jerseys through the school. You know what I'm saying? We wear our game jerseys through the school. So, it made you feel a certain type of way. And I used to always see the big dogs, you know what I'm saying? I'm playing with the big dogs, but I'm speaking on like the seniors and, people that's on their way to college and stuff. You see them with their girl draped all on. I used to think I was missing out. You know what I'm talking about? Man, fast forward to 2002. Man, that's another story, y'all. Just know that y'all ain't missing out, youngsters. Any youngsters that come around me, just protect yourself, and if you can, be the Apostle Paul. Go without, because there's all types of traps and snares when it comes to our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful women. It's like, make sure you secure first. And your business ain't everybody's business. Don't go after no woman with your wallet. She's not gonna ever respect you. Uh, that's why I try my best not to get angry when on this app, because it's energy transference. Absolutely. I love that language, man. It's like when you hear that language, boy, it just sounds like it's like smelling grandma in the kitchen on a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? When you hear that language, it's a certain language. And then I love my crowd because my crowd comes from all different walks. Now this brother got L in the back of the name, which is a Moorish American thing, right, brother? See, you don't have to believe the same thing to know and love the truth. It may be some truth me and this brother don't agree on, or sisters don't agree on, but one thing we do ultimately agree on: we love the truth. We love the truth. And that's what I depend on. I love a conversation where it's contrast, because then you sharpen it. It's metal sharpening metal. Even if you don't believe, you're learning something you didn't know from a perspective you never heard it before. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, y'all. Just be careful out there, y'all, and know any good conversation, anything that needs to be discussed amongst people that love the truth. Hey, leave me a message, leave me a comment. Let's set something up. I'm always here for it. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all get way more peace out of this day than what you got while you was here. Absolutely. Peace, y'all.